Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Jay Bari back with another little video here. Um, Basically, in this video, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be breaking down, my specific tier list for BlazBlue cross tag. I've seen that, a few people, as far as when it comes to the pros out there have been, giving their opinions as far as their tier list in BlazBlue cross tag, and I just want to give my perspective as far as like a casual player, my tier list as far as how I see and convey these characters that's in the game. So far, BlazBlue have pretty much a lot of characters in the game, and we're gonna go over each one as far as where I placed them in my tier list. Once again, I believe when it comes to like tier list, it's not indicative as far as someone's skill. I mean, 'cause somebody that is very skillful, they can take the scrubbiest of players or the scrubbiest of characters and make them, into like a great player, because that person's skill outweighs a lot of people's character tier list and stuff like that. So also my tier list pretty much consists of like good normals, good distortion, can work independently, in case if they have any faults, stubby normals, things like that. It's fun to play with, those things are going to consist of in my tier list. I'm not saying that I'm like a pro player or anything like that, but I'm just giving my opinions as far as how I see these characters and where I will place them in the tier list for BlazBlue cross tag. Speaking of BlazBlue cross tag battle, just having mad fun with the game. I think it's a great game. Very easy game to get into, but there's a lot that you can, take away when it comes to the tag mechanics in the game. And some characters are just really good, how they match up. And in this specific game right here, there might be a character that's not so good in their respective game, but in this game right here, it works really well, especially with having a proper partner to tag with. So yeah, those are gonna be my little things as far as tier list. Like I said, it's not no definitive tier list. It's just your boy Jay Bar's opinions as far as his tier list, and I'm gonna be posting these links here. I know a lot of people's gonna come in and people's gonna disagree and stuff like that, which is fine. It's fine to disagree, and it's fine to have a difference of opinions, but that's your opinion, and this is mine, basically. So let me set this up real quick, and let's get over here to these tier lists here as I share my screen. Application. By the way, if you guys want to create a tier list, all you got to go to is this website right here. I'm going to put it in the chat so you guys know where to go to as far as creating your own tier list for the game. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a little discussion about it. Some people are gonna get pissed off about it, but at the end of the day, it's just opinions, people. Like I said, tier list doesn't determine. Well, there's a lot of people that is very skillful in the game, and regardless of where a character is in the tier list, they're going to make that character look good. So I'm just trying to let you guys know, just because I rate a character, at a certain tier on my specific list, doesn't mean that that character sucks. You can list them differently. This is just my personal opinions on how I view the game and how I go, my mindset and how I go into the game, and where I will put these characters in the game. So don't be offended. You know, don't be butthurt, guys. This is just my tier list. You know, I don't know what else to tell you guys here. But 1 second as I move everything over and set everything up here. Let's get on and popping. Like I said, if you guys want to create your own tier list, you can go to this website right here. It's mmcafe.com tier maker. Once you go to that, you pretty much are going to have the tier maker. You can pick which game you want to do a tier, you know, maker for or chart for, and then, you know, create your own chart. Yo, Persona, what's good, man? What is good? So yeah, man, there's a lot of characters in this game. Some of the characters I haven't really used as far as like a match per se. But basically every character in the game I've used in like a training session just to know what the character can do and things like that. So, you know, some characters, my knowledge isn't too great on it. But some characters I can confidently say that, okay, I'm pretty knowledgeable on this character right here. All right, so let's get in it. Let's get to the tier list. Let's get the butt hurt going. Not my tier list going, and let's get it, man. Let's get it. So who should we start with first? Who should we start with first? Should we work our way from the bottom to the top? Let's do that. Let's work. As a matter of fact, let's go from the bottom to the top, to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, to the top, until we get into the middle area of the characters. And then, you know, from there, we can adjust as far as technically, you know, second thoughts and things like that. So, I'm supposed to start with trash ass Ruby. Let's start from the bottom at first. So we have Batista here. Where would I put her on the tier list? I feel like Batista is a very good character in this game, and she fits really, really well. She can be difficult to fight against. She has great range with her normals. I'm not even talking about her specials. Her normals are pretty good, where they have really, really good range, and they got really, really good start up time. That's one thing I'll always say. Like, if I ever create like a tier list, is one thing I would do is see, like, you know, characters startup ranges and characters like ranges with their normals. And I feel like Batista, she has a really, really good hitboxes. And like I said, it starts up really quick. You can get clipped by her really good. You can get you see that counter really, really good with her. Also, her specials are really, really dope, where her projectiles can just have you. One thing I love about this game is, especially with somebody that has a projectile that has you second guessing, right? So Batista, she has a projectile where she can do in the air as well. And that little ball that comes out, it can have you second guessing yourself. I've seen really good Batista players put out like the slow, you know, ball. I think it's a back. I think it's the 2-1-4, and whatever, and square, and then they put out the medium version of the 2-1-4 and triangle, and it comes out much faster. Having you second guessed a little bit, like, what I got to do in this situation? Should I block? Should I dash up? You know what I mean? I feel like she's really, really good with that. And one thing I like about her strings is that it gives enough push block where not every character can really like punish her. So if you go through her full smart combo strings, and you know, you just regularly block it. I'm not talking about the advanced block. You just regularly block it. She kind of gets pushed away a little bit, especially if you end it with the guns. You know, when you go like crouching C and you end it with the guns and you just push all the way back. Definitely good stuff from her. The things that I don't like about her, honestly, is that she doesn't really have any good like mix-up potential by herself. You know what I mean? She's pretty much straightforward. You're gonna range, you're gonna pretty much play her full screen, or you're gonna pretty much play her, you know, where you're trying to fish out a counter hit due to her quick startups. But she doesn't really have any like like mix-ups, you know what I mean, where you can just put somebody in a loop, like confusion, like by herself. Like she doesn't really have that. And I feel like she doesn't really do, I feel like she really doesn't do that much damage either. But that being said, this is not a game by herself, but just by herself, she doesn't really do that much damage. With a good partner, she does have the mix-ups there, but by herself, she doesn't really have that. So with that, also one thing I like about Batista as well is that she has really good distortions. So she has the crazy mega beam distortion, which is really good, especially if you DHC. So if you have somebody that has like a quick distortion, you know what I mean? With Batista, you can do some really good mix-ups with the partner that you DHC with. So take somebody like Yang, right? So I fought against a Batista and Yang player, and Batista, she does her level 1 distortion, you know, 2, 2, 3, 6, and square and I mean triangle and circle, and that beam comes out so long. You know, it takes such a while for that beam to finish off. You can just DHC with Yang do her little punch, and then you can mix up while that beam is going on, kind of like a Marvel vs. Capcom kind of thing. You can pretty much play Batista like how you would play Marvel vs. Capcom. I feel that's really, really strong with her, and is really dangerous with her, especially if somebody, you know, is get caught blocking a lot. That's where the mix-ups come in with her, especially with a partner. And then her other one, her 2-1-4, you know, triangle and circle, that one is a really, really good one as well, because, you know, it's pretty much the flash kicks that you can do with her. Yeah, man, the beam is annoying to me. It's annoying. You know, certain characters can get through it with their own distortions, but it is really, really hard to deal with that beam, especially somebody with a good team. So with Batista, I will put her right. I'll put her right here. I would have put her top S yet, but I'll put her right here because I'll put her right here. If she could have did like more damage, like in UNL, if this was Uni ST, I would have put her like right here. You know what I mean? But in this game, I'll put her right here. She's very strong character, very popular character right now. Out of all the DLC characters, she's probably the most popular one that everybody's using, and she's just really, really good in the game. Yeah, Carmine, his blood little glacier can get her through it. Depends on the startup though. I don't think you can, if you miss the timing on that and you're blocking and she has like a tag, it's pretty much it can be rough, man. It can be rough dealing with her. You gotta time that right to get past those beams. But yeah, I'll put Batista in here. As far as the DLC characters, I'll put her as probably one of the strongest DLC characters. Probably the best out of all of them that came out of the recent DLC characters, in my personal opinion. She can outrange you very, very easily, and her normals is just really, really good. She does have a good high-low game where if you don't know her strings, well, pretty much if you know her strings, you're not really going to get mixed up with her. If you don't know her strings, you're going to get mixed up with her. But she doesn't really have good mix-ups. So yeah, that's where I'll put Batista. She's well-rounded, but if she could have did a little bit more damage, I would have put her really, really high up there. But with a good support, I think she's good. She's going to be really, really good in the game. You know what I mean? That's another thing I want to take into factor with this tier list is that I'm also going to take like, well, I can't really take like skill. I'm not skilled. I can't really take like partners in, you know, like a tag team partner into the equation, because I don't know who, you know, who picks who, but I can see like certain characters that will fit really well with a specific character. You know what I mean? And I think with Batista, a good character will probably be like her. Will be Yang, Ruby, Jin. Will fit really well with her because they do really quick distortions if you DHC. You know what I mean? Characters like that would really fit her well. All right, so up next is going to be Ruby Rose. Where would I put Ruby Rose on the tier list? Everybody that knows me and that plays the game with me know how I view Ruby in this game. And I feel that she is the best character in the game. She's the best character in the game, and she's really, really good. I'm putting Ruby up here, well-rounded, SS, top of the list, tier list. Now listen, this character is strong as hell. Really good normals. She can pretty much bully you. She is one of those characters in this game that is a bully. Okay? Her 5A, really deceptive. It will bully you. Don't push the button because a Ruby player is waiting for that counter hit with 5A. If they get it, you're going to see a 5B right away. You're going to see it right away. She does a lot of damage. She's pretty much easy to pick up. One thing I love about Ruby is she can control the skies really, really well. You don't want to ear-to-ear with Ruby too much because she can easily convert into a combo into her spinning move that she comes out with her somersault easily. Ruby on the ground is very fast. Ruby in the air is very fast. I think Ruby has one of the best jump buttons in the game, and that is Jump B. It is very deceptive, and it beats out a lot of normals in this game. You try to anti-air Ruby, and she comes with that Jump B, you might get clipped. I'm not saying you're going to get clipped all the time, but you might get clipped. I've played against a Ruby character where this person jumped seed, and I got ready to do my super. Timed it perfectly. Super. She is safe. She was safe. She did the jump C in the air as the super was going off and ended up blocking it. I was like, what is going on with her? Her 6P, really, really good range. Is very hard to beat that out. You know what I mean? Ruby has really, really good projectiles as well. She can zone you out. She can zone you out. If you put a good partner with Ruby in here, it is very difficult to fight against this character. She is a character that will always have you thinking, always have you guessing, always having. She will have you doubt your abilities as far as, should I press a button here? Should I block here? What mix-ups do I have to watch out for? Her mix-up game is very, very good. With her specials are really good. I feel like a lot of people still haven't truly mastered this character as far as how easy and versatile this character can be. You still haven't mastered her characters because she has a lot of cross-ups. She has a lot of mix-ups, especially with her 2-1-4 square and triangle button. It is very dangerous. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't really use it like that, but it is very dangerous. I'm pretty much like 80% on that mix-up. I'm pretty much guaranteed a safe mix-up if I do that. You know what I mean? Where it's very hard for somebody to clip because I always going to have Jin assist coming behind me. So if somebody try to, if somebody try to DP it, Jin assist is going to clip you. You know what I mean? Even if you hit Ruby, I'm like, cool, Jin assist is going to clip you. You know what I mean? I'll take that. And if Jin assist clip you, I'm going to recover and I'm going to try and get to you. But this character is very, very good. She got really good. She got really good distortions as well. What is pretty much her 2-3-6 is pretty much safe on block at certain range. at certain ranges. If you try to full screen it and try to punish somebody with that, and somebody block it, you will get punished. But if you're close up and you're trying to get out that corner, let's use that super. You're going to get out of there. You're going to be free of charge. You're going to be you're going to be safe. The other one, the 2-1-4, distortion, that one is not safe on block, but that one is very, very good to confirm into. She does a really good. I won't say she's the best zoner in the game, but she does have really good projectiles to keep you at bay, to keep you second guessing. And I'm putting Ruby up there as far as top of the game, and she's basically one of the best. Her assist is really good. Her bat P, really good range on it. Her regular 5P can use that to really mix people up, because a lot of people, you would use that assist, and then people will try to attack you. All you got to do is just counter switch over there, or cross combo, and you're good to go with Ruby, man. Really, really good character, man. You dash for no reason. I feel like her dash in the game is really good. I feel like it's not even up to the full potential as far as how people use it. Her cross-ups is not. I don't think Ruby cross-ups is predictable at all. That's why when you play against a Ruby character, you're going to hear a lot of counter, 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 beast ass cross-ups. Like I said, a lot of people were going to try to DP a lot of the things that she tried to do, but with the partner there, it's better. It's better you just try to block it into DP. If you DP, you're going to be in it for a whole bunch of hurt with this character. But yeah, I love Ruby a lot in this game. From the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, she is on my team. I'm really, really interested in this character, and I can't wait to play this character. You know what I mean? That's why, when the game first came up, I really had just basically 3 characters that I wanted to use, and Ruby was one of them. I think this chick is a monster, and she should be feared in this game. And she's well rounded. She's really good. She really doesn't have any like real weaknesses. The one weakness I will say with Ruby, which is is iffy, is that she can drop. Your opponent can drop out of her combos sometimes. Especially her Airbnbs. Like they would drop out of it sometimes. Even her normal 5B smart combo. Sometimes they would just pop out of it. It doesn't happen all the time, but it will happen, enough for you to know it's like, damn, they dropped out of that shit. You know what I mean? But other than that, she is really strong character. Next up, my man Carmine. All right, so Carmine is one of the 3 characters that I was waiting for in this game. Pretty much one of my main characters in On the Night in Birth, and I was very excited for Carmine. You know what I mean? I critique this character heavily. You know what I mean? And I really like him in this game. But in this game, BlazBlue cross tag, the faults that Carmine have is very, very detrimental in his success in this game, in my opinion. Just off the rip with Carmine, one of the biggest faults, in my opinion, with Carmine is that he doesn't really have a good anti-air. You can jump in on Carmine for free. Okay. Can you cross him up? Crossing him up is harder than jumping in, because his DP in this game, it actually hits both sides, and the angle of the backside, it kind of raises up a little bit. So if you try to do like a cross up on Carmine, it's not going to work as good as you just trying to do a clean jumping on him. A clean jumping on him is what you really want to do with this character. In this game right here, if you don't have any blood pools, dissolves on the floor, there's a lot of gaps within Carmine strings that is easily punishable. A lot of people haven't noticed it yet, but I'm pretty sure as the game progresses, they will notice it and they're going to start punishing it. Especially when he tried to end it with a special, he is not safe at all. With the dissolve there, don't push a button. You might get counter hit. But if you time it right, you can just jump in on him because he doesn't really have a good anti-air. You know what I mean? And one thing I hate about, well, not hate, his cartwheels, his spin move, they kind of changed the properties of that because the light version, it will come back a little bit more in Under Night and Birth. And in the medium version, it will go up a little bit more. So the medium version is the one that you really want to use as far as like getting some air juggles. But in this game, they just lengthen it. So the light version is just like the typical range. The medium version, it just goes out a little bit further. Instead of, you know, in Under Night, it will go up a little bit more. And the EX version is pretty much the same how it is in Under Night. Pretty much the best version of the spin, and it lasts really, really long. Carmine, you can't use him recklessly. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if you use him recklessly, you're pretty much using your HP to try to get that potential, you know, mess up that person. You pretty much want that counter hit with Carmine. So you're trying to get that potential counter hit, and you're trying to basically have your opponent second guess themselves as far as what they need to do. And once that's the fun about Carmine. When you have that opponent second guessing and they don't know what they're doing, it is so much fun playing with his character. But if somebody knows Carmine, it's very hard to like really do well with him in this game, I feel like, because he's more straightforward, and I'm going to tell you the reason why he's more straightforward. One of the biggest things that Carmine had in like Under Night is his twist move. Basically, is like a special ability in Under Night where if you press a button or if you press, you know, triangle and circle, you can pretty much move the direction of the blood pools around. So the dissolves that's on the floor that you put on the floor, you can basically move it where you want it. So if you want to, if that blood pool is not on top of somebody or behind somebody, in Under Night and Birth, you can move it a certain direction, you know what I mean, to get it where you want to get it. In this game, the manipulation is a bit harder because you're pretty reliant on how the opponent is moving instead of you manipulating the opponent to how you want them to move in this game. So if you do use a special and a dissolve drop in the floor, you know what I mean, you pretty much have to move around, or get your opponent has to move around on top of it or whatever to get what you really want out of Carmine instead of you manually doing that. I feel like that is a huge weakness in this game. And if he had that, oh my God, Carmine would have been main for me. I would even second guess Carmine in this game right here. If he had his twist ability, I would even second guess this guy. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have it. Which one thing is good about this character is that he doesn't really lose that much HP using his special abilities, and they made his smart combo pretty much his EX grab that he has in UNL. The ender of his smart combo is that move. So if you want to get your health back, you can pretty much straight up grab him, or you can just press square 4 times and get that ender, and it's pretty much good. Carmine has really good health in this game. For obvious reasons. You need that because this game you do a lot of damage, but he does have really, really good health in this game. Carmine damage in this game is amazing. That's one reason why I love this guy right here. His damage is bonkers, bro. I've played so many people where, like I start a startup combo with Carmine and 50% of their life is gone, and I didn't even do a special yet. You know what I mean? That's 50% gone. Easy for free. And then I have a dissolve right there after you waking up on the floor. It is the most satisfying thing in the world. You know what I mean? With Carmine. That's one reason why I love playing the character. But his weaknesses is, I feel like, is very detrimental. One thing I do like about this game as well, he's allowed more dissolves on the floor, so he can have more blood pools on the floor than he can in UNL, which is really, really good. Also, Carmine has really, really good air to air. combos. He has really good jump buttons where his jump A is really, really strong. His jump A is basically his jump 6B. No, not jump 6B. His jump C in UNEL. And it's really, really good to convert from as well, which I really do like about him. His assist, really, really good. He pretty much, his 6P is his spin, spin, spin. His 5P is his pretty much his dash C move that he has in UNEL, and his 4P is his 2-1-4 square or triangle in UNEL, which is really, really good as well. One thing I like about him as well is that they made his EX, blood like glacier move, his bloodstone move, his distortion 2, and that right there can just extend his combos. He already does enough damage in this game, but if you land that, and then you can just reset them and do another one of the combos they did that does 50%, it is pretty much lights out with this guy. He is very dangerous in this game. His typical 2-3-6 distortion is there from UNEL, his basically his main one. But yeah, I do rate Carmine pretty high in this game. I do like him a lot, but I do see him has faults. He has a lot of faults in this game where I feel like it's very detrimental in this game. If he does have a good partner, especially a partner that has a DP kind of assist, you're going to be pretty much good to go. Like, one thing I like with Jin and Carmine is that if people try to jump in on me, I'm going to back P, and Jin does his Fubuki, knock you up, easy confirm into his air combos. You know what I mean? But you can't be too reliant on the assist because you don't have that much time to use that. So it's still a huge fault in the game that he doesn't have a really good anti-air in the game, and the fact that he just can't make that twist. He doesn't have that twist. Hopefully, Arc System Works can patch that in the game. I feel like that's probably one of Carmine's strongest suits, because when there's going to be a lot of standoffs when you play against like a Carmine, because you got to be aware of the situation. Like, all right, where's his blood pool at? What is he going to do next? You got to be aware. So there's a lot of standoffs with him. But one of the greatest things about him is that when you do have that standoff, you're pretty much moving those dissolves where you want them. You know what I mean? But he cannot do that in this game. But I really do think he's really good in the game. But he does have faults in the game. Is it detrimental? Is it crazy detrimental? Not that bad. I'll put it right here. I'll put it right here because, like I said, even though the character have faults, if you have the skill, you still make the character, work. And I did play against a lot of really good Carmines in this game, regardless of him having those major faults. All right, so next up is Weiss. Weiss, where would I put Weiss on the tier list? I'm gonna put Weiss like right here. One thing I hate about Weiss is that her smart combos are whiffable as hell. I hate smart combos where you would get that first hit, but the second hit does whiff because it's such a stubby or short combo. And that's the one reason why I didn't really pick up Weiss, because there's so many times where I was trying to do stuff with her and I'm like, I got the hit. She got great pokes. Her pokes is amazing, but that second hit for the smart combo, that thing can have you in a whole bunch of hurt. You know what I mean? Cause it would just whiff. I think it's like a little flip that she does, or she flipped the sword up, and it does completely whiffs. And if you play against somebody like say a Gordo or something like that, you're gonna be taken for a ride. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I put her here. I'll put her here. You know what I mean? She doesn't have really good zoning tools. Her ice shards, they're not that good. You know, it does track you, but you know, if you time it right, you can just jump in on it. You know, I was playing against somebody that was zoning the hell out of me, or trying to zone the hell out of me with Weiss, and I was just like, I'm sitting back here, I'm like, this dude is really trying to zone me with Weiss, and I just timed it, just jumped in and got into him. I would say this: she has a really good DP that surrounds her whole body. A lot of people will try to bait it sometimes, or they will try to jump over it, and you will still get clipped. Well, all DPs, you can't really like abuse it, but I do think she has a really good DP. The range on it as far as in the air sucks, but it's really hard to get in on that, you know, that DP there. Really good DP. Distortion skills, she doesn't really, I don't really like her distortion skills that much. She doesn't really do that much damage as well. When it compared to like Ruby, her damage is just like, damage is not that good. But there's a lot of moves that she does where she has this like ice pillar. I feel like a lot of people really haven't really used that. You know, that move right there, which pretty much creates like a wall for you, where or it can pretty much like keep people out. But her glyphs, all right, her glyphs are really good, where it can cross people out. I played against this Weiss player that this dude was like really crossing me up with the glyph that's on the ground. I forgot what move she was doing, but she pretty much ends up behind me, hitting me, and every time it would clip me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You can pretty much DP through it, but it's really hard to read sometimes. So if you see the glyph there on the ground, just pretty much like back up and stay out her range. You know what I mean? If you really don't know how to play against Weiss, you will get messed up in that. But she pretty much has a good 5B. Her 5B is her anti-air, which is I like characters that have, you know, one button anti-airs, like, you know, like a Ragna, you know, Weiss, who else? Hazama, where pretty much you press one button, that's the anti-air. Really good button to just click people, especially if they cross person. Is really good, and she can confirm from it really easy. But I just don't like her smart combos. Her specials is okay. I just don't think she's I don't think she's like a strong character. So I would even put her A. I put her high B. I put her high B with faults. Not a good zoner. Range is kind of wonky. Damage is not really good. She's very technical. If you're not really using her abilities, her glyphs and all that stuff, you're not really playing this character, in my opinion. So yeah, that's Weiss. Ortie now, how do I view this character? I view her very strongly, and I'll put her right here. Ortie, really good normals. I think she has probably some of the best pokes in the game that can fish out a really good counter hit and can easily confirm into that with her long lasting specials. Oh my god, this girl right here can reset you like it's nothing. Really good character, really good normals, in my opinion, which people don't really drop out of, like a Weiss, or anything like that. Her 2A it looks short, but it's really quick, man, and that thing can reset you really quick. Like, you would think that person is going into her little stabs or special with the stabs, then it was just 2A your ass, and you just into a mix, boom, you're done. So you know what I mean? Really strong character, and I like her a lot. So yeah, I'll put her, S tier, well-rounded. Is she like Ruby S tier? No. Maybe some people view that differently, but I really do like this character right here. She's really good and always having me guessing. Also, she had really good assists. I feel like with her, she could be on any team. Her assist is really good and very easy to confirm from, because especially her 5P, just go out there stabbing you real long. You can pretty much have enough time to run up and dash up and extend that combo. Really, really dope character. Also, she has a really interesting 4P where she uses like a shield kind of thing for her, like her persona character. Haven't really seen any good usage of it. You know, everybody really just uses her 6P or her 5P. But other than that, she's a really strong character. Her distortions is really good as well, in my opinion, for one of those characters that doesn't really have like a beam or kind of distortion. She's just a really strong character, well-rounded. I feel like she's also as easy to pick up as Ruby, and I do feel like if somebody picked this character, they would like her. You know what I mean? She's just a dope character. Blake. All right, so Blake was originally on the squad as well, but I stopped using Blake because due to her popularity, honestly, in the game. Everybody's using Blake, and I was just like, you know what? Everybody's using this character. Let me fall back away from her. And I didn't really get that much time to practice with her, but I really do feel like Blake is a really good character. She does have some faults though. And I feel like when I see a lot of Blake's play, they're not really using her range to her high potential. You know what I mean? A lot of people is trying to use her 5A smart combo instead of like being at that specific range for her 5B. You know what I mean? Her specials are really good. Where especially that gun one that she does, safe on block, and it's a low, and that can mix people up so much. You know what I mean? Where if you hit that, you pretty much can tag somebody in depending on which partner you have or assist, and they going for another ride with her. One thing I don't like about Blake is her distortions. I don't like her distortions at all. I also feel like if you don't really know the character and you picking her, you yourself can cause yourself to get yourself mixed up. You know what I mean? Like if you use her specials in the wrong situation, you yourself can cause yourself to mix up. Because there's one her special where she does that dash, when she's dashing all over the place, and I've seen so many people try to use that and then just land right in front of me and like, no, you're not positive, buddy. And I'm just bop, 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 bop. You know what I mean? But I really do feel like she's a good character. I'm not gonna put her S tier. I'm gonna put her like A. She does have faults, but she's really good. And I do think she has one of the best assists in the game, which is pretty much her 6P. That assist is pretty much in my opinion, is probably the best assist in the game. It don't matter if you're blocking. It doesn't matter, certain ranges you can get out of it, but it's pretty much a full screen assist. She can pull you in and get you into the range that you want that character that you're maining right now to be in. It is a super, super good assist. I don't know why nobody uses that assist. And I see many Blake players, play this game and they have Blake back in there anchoring and they don't use her 6P. I don't know why. If I'm playing Blake, you're gonna see 6P all the time because I'm pulling you into the range that I want you to be in. I don't care if you're blocking. I want you to be at a certain range. Push block all you want. Another 6P is coming, and I'm pulling you back in. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know why people don't use it. It's a really good assist. And people don't really use it like that. But I don't think she's that strong in the game. But she's just a really good character. Her clones, so she basically have like a stone clone, she have like a gas clone, and she has a fire clone. Haven't really seen that much possibilities with those with the clones yet. People just really use the stone one so they can absorb a hit. But I just don't really see her up there. I don't see her up there. Yeah, she's not trash, but she's just not like top up there. She's just a really good character, but she does have some faults with her. Next character is Gordo. The man Gordo is in the building. The most feared character in this game. And where do I see Gordo in this game? Where do I see the man Gordo in the game? Basically has one of the best buttons in the game, 5B. How many of us have got clipped by this button? By if we're trying to dash in, we're trying to create a bat dash, and we just got clipped by this button, and the range is so good, and if the follow-up is so good that it sucks you in, and then you're gonna get 2 seed with the kick where you can get the extension. Like, I feel like this character right here can punish you at any range. Certain characters where you at a certain range, it's like, damn, I think I know this person's gonna fall out. I might as well finish this off with like my projectile, or try to get an assist to try to fish out a hit. This man Gordo right here, if he clips you with that 5B, you're in for a ride. No matter what range, he has a combo that is going to suit that range. So if you're close up, you're obviously not going to use the 2C. You're going to use a down. You're going to use a 2B. You know what I mean? Which basically, Gordo has one of the best 5Bs, and he has one of the best 2Bs. That anti-air is really good, and I've seen people use that 2B as far as like their startup. You know what I mean? Dudes would dash up on you, and with 2B instead of the 5A. Oh my God, it is dangerous, man. This character is dangerous right here. But I do feel like this character has a lot of faults. He is good, but he does have a lot of faults. So where do I put Gordo in this tier list? I put him up here, in my opinion. He does have faults, but his faults easily doesn't I put Gordo like right here. I put him right here. He has faults, but his buttons are too good. His buttons are too good. Like his 5C, right? 5C probably one of his worst buttons in the game. If you're not confirming off a hit in that game, it is easily punishable. Where a lot of people, they try to probably cancel the 5C into the Grim Reaper, but that is even punishable as well. Gordo is just a really good button. He's just a really good character, man. I do feel that he is very reliant on a good assist, though. And I know that's hypocritical. What I'm saying is that a lot of his specials and not a lot of his normals, but his specials is negative. His specials are, especially Grim Reaper, probably one of the best moves in the game. If it is blocked, you can punish it. But if he does have that partner there, with the assist to keep it safe, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the reason why I'm saying he's reliant on like a partner, because a lot of those specials that he has is very negative, and you do need that assist to keep it safe. Is it something that is detrimental to the character? No. But it is something that, I think people should inquire about, because it's something that you got to pay attention to with a character. But this character right here, beast mode, great distortions that, what I mean, easy can, if this guy right here can clip you with 5B, and it can just, what I mean, can just easily confirm into his distortion that can just snatch you. Oh, by the way, his snatch, really, really good. That move takes away meter from you, and this game is very meter reliant. I mean, you do need a meter to basically reflect, or you need your meter for your distortion, and Gordo can pretty much hinder that. What I mean, where he can just use his little snatch, where is pretty much his command grab, I call it, and can take meter from you. Why this character gains so much meter as well, because Grim Reaper on block, you're gaining meter. 5B, you're gaining meter. It doesn't matter. This character is going to be gaining meter, and if he does that command grab on you and hit you, he's just gaining meter for free. You know what I mean? Just a really good character, man. Like I'm undermining by saying that he's a really good character. He is an amazing character. You know what I mean? He is an amazing character. What is your PlayStation trophy score? My PlayStation trophy score is level is 24. I think it's 24. How many hours a day do you play? I don't even know. There's some days I don't even play on PlayStation. You know what I mean? Some days I would even play a game. I would go like 3 days in a row without playing a game. So I couldn't even tell you how many days or how many hours I played per day. But Gordo, I fear this character right here. You know what I mean? The fact that I fear this character right here, I gotta move him here. I gotta move him here. You know, right next to Batista. I gotta move him here, where he's SS in my opinion. Uh, Easily one of the most popular characters in the game. And this guy with the right team is this guy is destruction. He does a lot of damage. He has a lot of HP. Really good dash that is very deceitful as well. And yeah, Gordo is Gordo, man. Like, if you don't know how to fight this dude, yo, you're in a you're in a world of hurt, man. If you don't know how to fight this guy, yo. As many Gordos as I fought in this game, I still fear this character. Like, damn, yo, how am I going to fight him here? Because depending on the tag that the teammate that he has, you got to go into it with a different mindset, man. He's just a really good character, man. And then yo, his 5C is really good as well. Where I think all the UNL characters, their 5C is very good because the range on the 5C, how they just lunge out there, it's so good. There's times where I've push block on a Gordo and they 5C and it just clips me right there. I'm like, what? You know, oh, that's another thing. Push blocking against a Gordo, you are not safe. Okay? You are not safe. Or if a Gordo push blocks on you, you are not safe. Just block it out, man. Block it out. This character right here, I feel like I have to play very lame, you know what I mean, just to have a chance against him. I can't be like freestyling against him. I got to play him very conservatively. I got to be very lame to play against this guy because if he gets a counter hit on your ass is grass. You know what I mean? Very strong character, man. The one thing about Gordo, he doesn't really have a low in the game. Like, his only low in the game is his 2C, and his 2C is pretty much his worst button in the game. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Regardless of not really having a low, he's still a strong character. He does have weaknesses in the game, but he does make it up with his 5B. He does make it up with he has really good health. I think he has 18,000. And it's just easily one of the best assist characters as well. If you want a team that has like a great assist character, yo, Gordo is that guy. Grim Reaper, very, 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 very good assist. His 6P, his snatch, really good. Is depending on the character that he uses on a great timing. You know what I mean? If you time that really well, is really good. The only assist that he has is really bad is his 4P. But honestly, you don't really need anything else with Gordo, just his 5P, his Grim Reaper assist, and you're good to go. It locks you down, easily can confirm into, easily one of the best extensions in the game. That's a really strong character, man. Gordo is definitely S tier, SS tier. Anybody that doesn't have this character in S tier or SS tier, that means they're just salty. They got beat by a lot of Gordos and they're salty. That's just the way how you got to sum it up. This guy is easily S tier, easy SS tier, easily. Yang. So Yang is a character that I didn't really play with, but I did just practice with this character. And yo, this chick right here, I'm putting her here. I'm putting her here. Yang is dope. Okay. Buttons are stubby as hell, but it is you can be easily tricked by this chick buttons. There's times where I'm like, yo, what? I got hit by that? You know what I mean? Like, yo, she is really good. She has like one of those kind of Street Fighter 5 like cross ups. I think it's a jump A, where it looks like it's like a Street Fighter 5, like, you know, like a Korean kind of you know, jump medium kick. But yo, I call her the Street Fighter character in this game, man. Really good. Her anti-air isn't the best. It's one of those, pretty much it's a DP, but it's not a DP. But she's really good, man. Her five BB, probably you're gonna see that a lot from this character. 5BB. And you know what's crazy about her 5BB? You know what's crazy about this crap? I think this thing has some armor on it. It has some armor on it. There's times where I'm, you know, me and Yang were basically going at each other, and I'm punishing this chick, and she is just ignoring my buttons, and it's just like, yo, she's eating my hits, and she's just going through it with that 5BB. I don't care what nobody say. It is crazy. Also, she has probably one of the most jump cancelable buttons. I think she can jump cancel off her 5A. She can jump cancel off her 5AA. She can jump cancel off her 5BB. I think her 5B, she can jump cancel off of that as well. And that is very dangerous because that can lead up to a lot of possible mix-up potential. You know what I mean? Where you think that she's going through with this full string, and she's not. She's just going to jump cancel and try to, you know, get behind you, or probably trick you up with her assist with her partner. She's a very dangerous character. She also has a command grab, so if you want to stay there grabbing all day, she would command grab you. Can't really get too much off of her command grab unless you are in her free install distortion. So Yang has a free distortion in the game where if her health gets to 30%, she has a free install super. I know you guys have played against Yang and you heard the I burn, yeah, no. I know you sick and tired of that song. I burn, man. And this is the crazy thing about this character. Not only does she get the free install, right? This is a tag game here, guys. So if Yang is your point character and, you know, you beating up on her a little bit, she gets a free install. You can tag her out. She's still in the install as she's healing up. And let's say you do kill the other opponent character. She comes into the game. Guess what? She has install. She's healed up, and then she has Resonance Blaze. And in her install, her ranges are even more, where she has this little fire flame thing that comes out of her hand, and it will clip you, and she can confirm over it. It is very, very annoying and difficult to deal with. Yang is a very good character. Don't forget, she has a fireball. Fireball, really good fireball. Is it the greatest? No, but, you know, with really good jump times or really good timing, her fireball is really, really good. I do think she has really good assist as well. Her 5P is really good. Her 6P, you know, pretty much the fireball, and she has the DP with her 4P. Her DP in this game is pretty quick. It's pretty much her 2A. That's invulnerability and you know, an armor on there. You know what I mean? But she's a really strong character, man. Her distortions, one of her distortions is pretty much almost full screen. Her another one, I swear I thought it was a command grab, but it's not. It can be blocked, but her distortions is pretty good, especially when she's in her install. That's the craziness about this character. She has a free install. Very dangerous, people. Very dangerous character to deal with. And I do rate her. You know, I give her a low S tier, but she's up there. You know what I mean? She's up. She's a great character. I feel like the only reason why I'm putting there too, because I really haven't used her, and I really haven't figured her out. Once I, you know, pretty much use her more, I feel like the potential for her is going to be much higher, because I'm even interested in using this character just due to her fireball range, and that she that command grab is dangerous when she's in her install. You know what I mean? Where she can confirm off of that, where she can jump cancel right off of that free air combo. You're done. So not that much people in this game have a command grab, and Yang has one, and she can do it in install, and she can extend in install. But nah, I feel like she is definitely top tier, and she's well rounded. Her range, not the greatest range, but it is very deceitful, man. Like, it is very deceitful. All right, so moving along, my man Wallstein. Wallstein, where do I place Wallstein in this game? I place Wallstein right here in this game. I feel like he's well-rounded in the game, that's due to the fact that his normals are crazy range. He has that really good special where he's just swinging for the fences, and I've seen a lot of people get clicked by that special just due to the fact that they think that they're safe with Wallstein, but you're not. Wallstein have a lot of health. The really only bad thing about Wallstein is that he really doesn't have like his mobility. He doesn't really have like a dash or anything. He does have a bat dash. Mobility sucks, but with a character like Wallstein that pretty much has a normals that cover the whole damn screen or can go full screen, point you need, what's the point you need mobility for? One thing I don't like about Wallstein in this game is that they took away his special skill in UNL, where he has where he pretty much throws the rock at you, where he can use that as like a range kind of thing. He doesn't have that in this game. He pretty much has that as an assist in this game. But his range with his normals are really good. Yeah, his reversal action, I don't think is really good as well, because even if you get you get in certain positions, right, in Wallstein, especially if you have a character in the corner, and say you clip him with your reversal action, you pretty much gave up the corner with Wallstein. You know what I mean? Because the opponent is going to be on the opposite side of the the spectrum, and I feel that's really whack. Also, his reversal action does not go in the air, so you see a lot of Wallsteins that use it. You can easily punish it. Just jump, punish it, free jump in, free combo because they can't cross burst. I feel like he has one of the easiest reversal actions to counter against. Not really good reversal action, but I do feel like he's still strong in this game, and he should be feared in this game. It does a lot of damage. It takes a lot to kill him. His super, his distortion, his regular one, where he does the grab and he slams you on each side of the corners. I don't feel like that one is really good in this game. But the other one, the command grab one, I feel like that is really good, where you can trick people up. But would I place him well around? I place him right here. That's due to the lack of mobility, the lack that he doesn't have that fireball, but his range is really good. I'll place Wallstein right here. So yeah, his assist is really good too. He kind of have like a Grim Reaper kind of assist. But yeah, I think Wallstein is pretty good. All right, so Ragna the Blood Edge. Where would I place Ragna the Blood Edge? I will place Ragna. I'll place him around here. I feel like Ragna is one of the best characters in the game. I know a lot of people probably won't pick Ragna because, like, oh my god, he's like the main. People just hate to pick the main characters. But this guy, damage, amazing. Range, not the greatest of range, but he can be tricky. He can be tricky, Ragna, man. He can be very tricky out here, where I feel like he has one of the, I know a lot of people is going to disagree with me here, but I feel like he has one of the best anti-airs in the game. DP is great. his 5B easily can confirm off of that joint. Easy can just jump cancel off of that joint. This guy, he works well with any character in the game. Very, very tricky assists where I like assists in the game, or I like characters in the game that has like a follow-up. Like say you get a hit with Ragna with his two, which is, oh no, his 2-1-4 and whatever button. Say you get that hit, he gets a follow-up after that. And after that follow-up, you can just assist. And that assist can just extend that. And then you can run up and just extend with Ragna. Ragna is very, very good in this game. Projectile-wise, not the greatest, but that's just Ragna. You know what I mean? I feel like he matches up with a lot of good characters in this game, where anybody that has a Ragna on a team, you gotta be fearful because of the damage potential that he can put out there. The only thing I question about Ragna, you know how Ragna in BlazBlue, Central Fiction or any BlazBlue game, he's pretty much like one of the comeback kings of the game, where he's pretty much taking health from you. I don't feel like he's taking health from you in this game. It shows the little orbs coming to him, but I just don't feel like it's actually coming to him. If he had that in this game, man, Ragna would definitely be up there as far as one of the best characters in the game. But his distortions, they're good. Especially that scissor move is really, really good. The other command grab one, I've had people drop out of that one a lot. I suggest you just use the scissor one, that whatever it's called. I think that's the better of the distortions. But yeah, Carnage Scissors, that's what it's called. But yeah, I feel like he's a really good character. His 4A, really good, kind of like Jin's, that is really quick, and it can be canceled off of hit. So I really like that as well. As I'm thinking about the character, and I'm like, his range is not like the greatest, but I feel like Ragna is he's just good, man. He's just good. Like, the character is as strong as hell, man. But yeah, I feel like Ragna is right here, S tier, well-rounded. He's just a strong character. Don't be fooled by it. He said, "How you got Ruby that high and not Gordo?" No, I think Ruby's a better character than Gordo. Only reason why I don't have Gordo that high is because he doesn't have a low. He's very punishable on a lot of his specials, and I feel like he's more reliant on a partner than Ruby. He's very high in the game, but I don't think he's better character than Ruby, in my opinion. But yeah, I do have him as SS tier in the game. Yeah, like look at this. Do a Grim Reaper with Gordo by himself. What would happen if you do Grim Reaper with Gordo by himself? What would happen? What would happen if you do his command grab with Gordo by himself if somebody misses that? You know what I mean? His moves right there is very punishable. He's very reliant on that partner assist to keep him safe on a lot of things. That's the only reason why I don't have him higher than Ruby, and I don't have him as well-rounded as Ruby. But I do think that Gordo is probably one of the best characters in the game, but he's just not better than Ruby, in my personal opinion. His specials, his supers, his supers you really need to confirm off of a hit. It's not like it's a super you can just dish out there to keep somebody honest. You know what I mean? So that's part of my reasons of not having him there. Is he a dangerous character? Is he probably one of my most hated characters to fight against? Of course. But he's definitely not higher than Ruby. What, Ruby's vanishing attack? Yeah, if you do Ruby's vanish attack blindly, like that's by itself. Like say you do 2-1-4 triangle by itself, yeah, that's probably punishable. But if you do 2-1-4 triangle and square, that is not punishable. If you do 2-1-4 triangle and circle, that is not punishable. That is very hard to punish than Ruby. In Ruby. That vanish, if you just do it by itself without the follow-ups, remember that vanish attack is a follow-up move. You know what I mean? Where you can chain that move. That's not punishable. Gordo, if you just fish out Gordo's Grim Reaper by himself, it's very punishable. It's very punishable. I feel like when Gordo has his partner there, he's more feared than anything. Ruby by herself can take out a team, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's where I'm putting Gordo in the tier list. Very strong character, but is he as strong as Gordo? I mean, as strong as Ruby? No. It's not biased. Go listen back to what I said. It's definitely not biased. I think the character is amazing. He's just not better than Ruby. All right, so next on the list is Lynn A. Lynn A. Where would I put this character right here? I put her right here. I put Lynn right here, man. Lynn A. Really strong character. Really good normals. Very deceitful normals. Especially her 5B. That thing can clip you very, very, very easily. Very good startup. But I do feel like with Lynn A, not having the fireball is her fireball is not that good. It can clip you at times, but it's not that good. I feel like this character by herself is not fair. Like that's one of the points of my tier list. If the character is by themselves, they're very like, if a character can be not so reliant on others, assist, I feel like that character is definitely top tier. You know what I mean? But I feel like with Lynn, she's very reliant on an assist to do a lot of stuff. She doesn't really have any mix-ups like that in this game, other than the role that nobody uses in this game, which is partly people not really exploring the character like that. But I feel like she doesn't really have mix-up potential like that, like other characters. But she's definitely a strong character, but I wouldn't put her top of any of these characters right here. I think she's like an A tier character. Doesn't have that much faults, but just due to the fact that she doesn't really have like a good fireball, I'll put her like in this area right here. That's Lynn A for me. Jin. Ginny Gin and juice. Where do I put gin and juice? Where do I put gin and juice? Where do I put gin and juice? Gin and juice. Where do I put gin and juice? Where do I put gin and juice? Where do I put gin and juice? Jin, definitely one of the best characters in the game. Jin does have some faults though in this game, especially with certain matchups. If he is not in the proper range, he pretty much just can't get in. Like Jin has very short normals, but that's basically, I would say, one of his weaknesses. His normals is short. His DP, not the greatest of DPs, just due to the fact that it doesn't go forward like a lot of other people's DP. His DP is just basically just an upward, vertical DP, which you pretty much can't really like jump in on him, or you can't really like mix him up if you try to jump on Jin. But what else can I say? I think Jin has the best 5C in the game. Even though it doesn't lunge forward like other characters, His 5C is definitely will trick you up, where you think he's crouching, but he's not crouching. I think Jin has some of the best projectiles in the game. It does start up slow, especially with his medium one, but the projectile is really good. Also, if you do hit him, his projectiles does disappear. Jin has probably some of the best assists in the game. I will put him as top 5 assist characters in the game. Jin is probably the best well-rounded character in the game. Great normals, great assists, great specials. Probably the best 5C. His damage is crazy. You really can't jump in on Jin. He has a really good anti-air. What else? Oh, he has some of the best smart combos, in my opinion, that will stagger you. You think you're safe on block, but you're not. Especially with his 5AA, where he does that multiple slashes. That thing right there, even on block, you're not really like punishing that, and you can get a lot of counter hits from that. And by the way, I think Jin is the best character in level 4 Resonance. Jin is probably one of the best characters in Resonance, and probably the greatest comeback character. So where would I put Jin in this list? I'm gonna put him right here. Jin is definitely SS tier, well-rounded, great projectiles. His EX projectile is really good as well. Can't jump in on that. Certain characters he does struggle against. I think he does struggle against like a Hakumen, because if you're a person that try to use the EX setups with Hakumen can just cut right through those stuff. So he does struggle with Hakumen. But I feel like this character right here is the greatest comeback character of all, where this guy in level 4 Resonance, he can easily take away 30% of your life on block. Yes, on block with his toga. And I know a lot of people have been there. A lot of people have witnessed it. So yeah, Jin is definitely like my favorite character to use in this game. And I definitely think he's probably one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion. So yeah, Jin is up there, in my opinion, guys. the hate, the Jin hate is real, but deal with it. Deal with it, guys. Deal with it. All right, so Hyde. Where did I put Hyde? Hyde is also low-key. Hyde is one of my favorite characters in this game as well. I do like Hyde as a character. And where would I put my man Hyde? I think Hyde has probably he's top 3 when it comes to fireballs in this game, right? Fireball, very dangerous, where you can just detonate it. Hyde has the same ability that he has in UNL, where he can just chip you out with normals or specials, where a lot of people, you definitely can get chip damage from like, from like specials in this game, but Hyde, he's going to chip you out with his normals and specials, where you be looking at your health like, yo, I'm fighting against this guy and I'm already like 70%. I've been blocking. That's Hyde for you. Though I think Hyde doesn't do that much damage. He doesn't have that much damage output. I do think this character is really strong, and I'm putting Hyde like right here in this game. Well-rounded, very good DP, very good fireball, great assists, because even in an assist you can explode his stuff. Probably one of the best assist characters in the game. Hyde is up there as far as Jin, in my opinion, as far as most well-rounded characters in the game, but he just doesn't have the damage output as Jin. He doesn't have the damage output as Jin. So that's why I don't put him as high as Jin. But I put him more well-rounded because his normals do reach further than Jin. People going to disagree with me with this, but I do think High Fireball is better than Jin's. And Hyde, he can easily confirm off of his smart combos from very far distances, especially when his 2, 1, 4 buttons. So yeah, I would definitely put Hyde, you know, S tier. I could see him as SS tier as well, but he's definitely in this well-rounded area, in my opinion. Definitely in this well-rounded opinion. Noelle. Noelle is a character I don't really use like that. But just playing against some Noelles, I don't really see her that high in the game. I'm going to put her here. She had faults in the game. I don't really see her that well. She does have some mix-ups, but if you know Noelle, I don't think you're going to struggle against this character right here. She's not even being used that much, in my opinion. So I'll put her like right here. Naoto. Now, Naoto, how do I see this character? Already, I see this character right here. This character is dangerous. Great normals, great specials. The thing is, most of her specials has a follow-up. So you think you blocked one part of her special? No, sir. I'm gonna push block you with guns. You know what I mean? You're gonna get pushed away with the guns. Yo, this character is very, very good. She's a glass cannon. She doesn't have that much health, but she is very, 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 very good. I see her. She's easily one of the best DLC characters in the game. Easily one of the best DLC characters in the game, in my personal opinion. She has a distortion that can kill you one hit. You do have to set it up though, but if you do set that thing up, man, oh man, thank God this character doesn't have that much health. Because if she did, jeez Louise, man. That's the only reason why I don't even know if I can put her as has faults, because she do have those guns. You know what? Yeah, I'll put Naoto up here. Matter of fact, I'll put her here. I'll put her here because her health is just atrocious. Her health is atrocious. Atrocious. You know what I mean? Because I fought against a Naoto and Hazama player, and yo, I hit this chick probably like about 12 times, and she was already like 40% life. I was like, what the hell happened to her life, bro? So yeah, I'll put Naoto right there. Rachel. This character, yo, honestly, this character is unknown for me, man. I know a lot of Japanese players is gonna put her high, but I don't know. I don't know where to put this character right here. I don't know. I'm gonna put her here. She's a zoner. She has good normals. I just don't think she has really good distortions. But she can set up with her 2, 3, 6 distortion one. She can definitely set you up, but I just don't know enough of the character to even speak on her like that. Angus, I think Angus is really good. I put her right here. I put Angus right here. My man Alpha was doing some crazy mix-ups where she does like this little dash, little normal where you think this thing is low, but it is not. It is an overhead. It is definitely an overhead, and I'm just like, how do you block that? But we figured out how to block that. But she does have good zoning tools. Very dangerous character. Still has a lot to be explored with her, and I'm putting her A. I'm putting her A well-rounded. I'm putting her A well-rounded. Now Taiga. Is it Taiga next? Yeah, Taiga. This character is gonna sound like a contradiction as far as where I place him, but I do fear this character right here, and I place Tega around right here. He does have some faults within the character, and I just due to the fact of playing against a lot of Tegas, I've learned how to get out of his supers, especially when they wake up. When they wake up, super you. You know, the command grab one. I self-taught myself how to get out of that shit, or just to counter hit on that joint to punish it. Tega is a badass boy, man. I'm putting him A tier. And I know that I know a lot of people probably don't put him as A tier. I know a lot of people probably rate C, take an S tier. I'm putting him as A tier. This guy is, it's funny because this guy is dangerous, man. I don't like fighting against this guy. But it's a certain ways how people play. I got to see it. He's dependent on how people play him. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why I'm putting him A tier. Like a character like Gordo, a character like Jin, a character like Ruby, a character like Hyde, you know, Ragna, Batista. I feel like anybody can play these characters and do some type of, you know, good with this character right here. Not everybody can just pick up this character Tega like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I won't put him as S tier or anything like that. But he does have some faults, stubby normals. He does have that charge up little move, but a lot of stuff that Tega does when it comes to his normals, not specials. When it comes to his normals, you can just neutral jump it. You can just neutral jump it and you can punish him, from what I've learned from a lot of Tegas I've played. So that's why I won't put him up there. Kanji. I put Kanji right here. And the only reason I'm putting Kanji right here, I like this character. I think he's dope, but he's just too slow. He's very slow. Very crazy. Like his normals ranges is okay, but it's very punishable, especially with his 5B ones and his four A's. Very punishable. But this man can anti-air you to death. You can't really jump on Kanji so much, but he will anti-air your ass and you will be punished badly. He does a lot of damage. Real talk, I like his distortions, especially the one that he throws a chair at you. His assist is really good too. But Kanji, I just place him here, man. I place him here. He's A tier in my opinion. New. I'm gonna put right here. I think New is a little bit better than Noelle. I'm gonna put New here. She's really good, but she does have a lot of gaps within her normals, especially when you try to zone. When you try to zone with New, you got to be careful, especially against certain characters that have really good like distortions that have like beams, or distortions that's really quick. You know, like one thing I like about with Jin playing against a New, like a lot of News, they try to set up shop and try to zone you out. You just pretty much use Toga and knock them back, keep them honest. And I feel like with other characters, you can definitely do that with her as well. But I've seen some nasty ass New players. I don't play her like that, so that's why, you know, kind of this is ignorance as well. But I say she's A, but she has faults. Yukiko, I hate fighting this character, but the only reason why I'm putting her here is because nobody uses her up except for my man Goku. That's the only reason. I don't think there's no like really C tier, low tier character. But that's the only reason why I put her here. The only person I've played against that uses a Yukiko is my man Goku. That is crazy, right? This character in this game is the only person I've ever ran into that plays Yukiko. We've played 200, 300 matches in this game, and we haven't seen this girl outside of one player, and that's Goku. Craziness, right? But I don't really know the character like that. I can see some faults with her, where her zoning, not the greatest of zoning, but she does have good zoning tools. But you're not beating out Batista. You're not beating out, certain other zoning characters like that, like Angus and Naoto with her. But her DP is kind of bad. She can knock you down. I think she knocks you up and heal. It's not the greatest. So I feel like not a lot of people play her, and not a lot of people play her for a certain reason. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I put it right there. Hazama now is a character that I do think is very high tier. I'm gonna put Hazama right here. I think this character, I can easily put Hazama same way as Ragna, but I put him a little bit lower than Ragna. I'll put Hazama right here. This is where I put Hazama. And the only reason why I put Hazama there is because with him, he can try to zone you out with his Ouroboros, but you can definitely read it, especially the times when he don't pull up. Like there's ones where he just stay back, where he just zoning you out with that. You can just dash in on that and punish him. With an assist, it's dangerous. Where I feel like Hazama is assist reliant. He relies on a lot of assists with this character. If you use this character with some assists, man, you into some crazy ass mix-ups. But I do think he has one of the best anti-airs in the game with his 5A. That button right there is very good, very quick. It's very stubby. Hold on, let me let this cat in real quick. This cat is wilding. His buttons are very stubby, but Hazama does a lot of damage, man. He does a lot of damage. Like playing against like Chuck and all that, man, he does a lot of damage. And like I said, I do like characters that just have a button where they can press and they can anti-air you with you. And I feel like Hazama is one of those characters where he just have that button and boom, anti-air. And is special cancelable off that little hit too. Like he can just go right into it. The only thing I don't like about this character, that why I wouldn't play him per se, is just he doesn't really have any any poke type games where he doesn't you can just poke people to create some kind of pressure with him. Everything is really basically counter hit. Everything is basically just want to fish for a counter hit. There's nothing where you're really creating real proper pressure with this character, in my personal opinion. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't really pick Hazama, but I do think he is definitely up there. I have played against a lot of tough Hazamas, and I do have a tough time playing against this character. Makoto is one of those characters right here too, man. I put her right here. No special reason. I'm just putting her there. Chihei though. Chihei, I will put Chihei right here. She does have some faults where she has stubby normals, but she can make up for that little back fist that she does, that little forward fist, which is safe on block. But I do feel like this character has faults where she doesn't really have a good anti-air. Her DP is really easy to bait out. She basically, I'll say this, her ground specials, our ground distortions are not really great, but she does have that meteor one that can create some mix-ups. And also, she has an install super, but it's not free like Yang's. Yang's install super, she gets that auto with, you know what I mean, no meter needed. She gets that auto, no meters. She just gets an install super. With Chie, you gotta pay some meter to get her install super, and I feel like that she would never be as good as Yang, and plus she don't have a fireball. But she is a dope character. I do see a lot of good Chies in there. My man Yosuke. Where would I put Yosuke? I put Yosuke up here. Really fast character. Doesn't have any fireballs like that, but he don't need it. He's going to get in. He's going to get in, and I feel like he got really good assists as well. I've played against one of my worst matchups that I had in this game was against a Yosuke player. He almost nearly perfected me. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's a really good character. Like out of the characters that doesn't have like a fireball, that got like stubby normals and stuff like that, he's probably one of the best one there. So would I put him have faults? You know what? I'll put him straight on the line right here. I'll put Yosuke straight on the line right there. Narukami. This guy right here, definitely one of the best characters in the game, and I'll put Narukami right here. Narukami is right there for me. I feel like he's a great character, great zoning tools, great level 1 distortion. Like I said, it's kind of like Batista. You can mix people up, especially with your partner in there with your DHC with that super. Yo, this guy got probably one of the best jump C buttons in the game, where that thing is so quick. He can use it to get out of dodge. This guy, yo, Narukami is good, man. Narukami, his range is kind of tricky, you know, without the persona. He has really good high-low game with that slide, which, you know, if you can predict the slide, I mean, you're pretty good to go. But Narukami is definitely a strong character in this game, and he shouldn't be slept on. I definitely think he is S tier or SS tier in this game. Platinum, I think is good, but she doesn't have like a full screen super. I do think she's really good, but she doesn't have a full screen super. She has really good what you call it? Really good normals, really good smart combo, and really good special with high-low mix-ups. But she doesn't really have a full screen super. But she does have a full screen moves though. She does have full screen like specials, but super wise, she doesn't have that. And I'll put her right here. Azrael, I'm putting Azrael right here. I don't really use Azrael like that, but I'm just putting him there just for the hell of it, guys. I can't even speak on Azrael. S now. I feel like this character is one of the best characters in the game. Very hard to deal with, and I'm putting S right here, to be honest with you. She is tough to deal with, man. I will put, you know what, I'll put her the same as like Jin. But I think her fireball is a little bit better than Jin. Because she has that double fireball. And this character is very hard to deal with. I'm pretty sure you're going to see a lot of S in the game where she's just always going to be there. And I honestly, when it comes to top 5 characters in the game, in my personal opinion, is going to be Ruby, S, Jin, Hyde, Gordo. Not in order. Well, I definitely got to put. Matter of fact, with Narukami, I got to put Narukami right here. You know what? Orie, I'm putting Orie here, and I'm putting Narukami here, because Narukami, I don't think he's more well-rounded than Hyde, but he's up there. Narukami, let me put Jin here, and I'm putting Narukami right here. Narukami is definitely on the same level as Hyde, but Hyde is a little bit more well-rounded, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, man. Because Narukami is really good. Jin, like these, to be honest with you, these are like the top characters in the game. Where I would definitely move Gordo up a little bit more, just due to his normals. I put Gordo a little bit more here. He doesn't have a projectile, but he honestly doesn't really need it because of Grim Reaper. But the only reason why I'm putting him back there is because Grim Reaper is super negative. Like you can honestly really punish that, but with the assist there, you can basically keep it safe. So yeah, when I look at like top tier characters, I'm gonna move Ragna here, and I'm gonna put Hazama up here. Put Hazama. Can I get Hazama? Put Hazama here. I'm gonna put Aurier. No, leaving Narukami there. I'm putting Aurier here. Yeah, Blake there. You know what? I'm putting Blake here. I do feel like Blake is better than Yosuke. Lynn, I'm gonna put Lynn here because she is better than Wallstein, but Wallstein doesn't have his normals is crazy. New, I'm gonna put New as like right here. I'm gonna put her here. I'm gonna put Weiss here. And yeah, that's looking a little bit more my tune. Now this guy right here, Hakumen. Hakumen is up here in my opinion. I don't care who you are. This guy is annoying. This guy is annoying. He doesn't have any projectiles, but the matter of fact, Hakumen up here, bro. S tier for sure. The fact that he doesn't have any normals, okay, but he can cancel his specials. He can cancel his specials. So the things that you need to do in Resonance Blaze, he can do. Also, he can cut projectiles and use it against somebody. This guy is really dope right here, man. Hakumen is really dope right here. And Jubei didn't really use Jubei like that. I'm putting Jubei right here. There you have it. My tier list, guys, as far as BlazBlue cross tag battle. Like I said, this is my personal opinion. Everybody views every character very differently. I'm not saying, you know, where I place a character like a Jubei can be B tier right here. Doesn't mean that the person that's behind that's playing the character is going to play this character like the B tier. I'm just basically giving my opinions as far as what I've played from the game so far and how I view these characters. All right. That's just basically my opinions. Don't get butthurt. If you have a certain character that you view differently, that is perfectly fine. But as far as when I look at like the best characters in the game, I'm looking like right here. I do think that Ruby is the best character in the game. You know what I mean? I feel like this character, anybody can pick up this character and do really well. You know what I mean? With Ruby, anybody. She's that easy to pick up. She's that versatile. But at the end of the day, she is that good. You know what I mean? Everybody else, I feel like they are really good as well. Easily, any of these characters right here, this bunch right here, these guys can be easily SS tier, you know, on anybody list. I feel like when you do see a lot of lists, you might see these characters in these spots right here. But I'm not disregarding any of these characters right here because, you know, you can have these guys as like a assist or a partner or you know doing point and have these guys as anchor. I feel like these characters right here, these guys can be a point, these guys can be anchor. Matter of fact, all these characters right here, they can be point or anchor. Some of these guys, you definitely want to have them like as points, or some of them will have like anchor. But speaking of Carmine, though, Carmine's my boy. Carmine, I definitely will put up here. I do think the fact that he doesn't have any anti-airs, that's very troublesome. But he is really a good character. His damage output is really strong. And that's why I'll put him up here. He is definitely, I feel he's S tier, even though he doesn't have like really good anti-airs, and you can't really control his dissolves or anything like that, like he could in like on the night. But in this game, he's still very strong. So yeah, guys, that is my tier list. Like I said, you guys can create your own tier list here if you go to this link, and can do your own tier lists. Post them up on Twitter, and let's have a conversation about this game right here, man. As far as where do we place these characters? But I'm gonna get up out of here. I see everybody's in the lobby. I'm gonna join the lobby real quick, place a few games, and I'll holler at you guys later, man. But yeah, this is my BlazBlue cross tag battle tier list, and yeah, I'm out of here, man. Deuces.